The village nestled between waterfalls. It was a peaceful place. They called it Whispering Falls. Kai lived there. He was 17. Life in Whispering Falls revolved around reclining. It was a deep meditation. Everyone had a unique power. They discovered it during reclining. Kai practiced every day. He sat by the falls. He closed his eyes. He breathed deeply, but nothing happened. He felt empty. His friends had already found their powers. They were impatient with him. Just let go, they said. But Kai couldn't. He felt like a failure. He was the only one without a power. The Eclipse of Tranquility was coming. It was a rare event. It amplified reclining powers. Kai was scared. He didn't want to fail in front of everyone. The Eclipse of Tranquility happened every decade. It bathed the village in silver light. It was a time of celebration and anxiety. Villagers would experience their powers at their peak. They would perform rituals. The rituals honored the spirits of the falls. The air crackled with energy. Everyone was excited. Everyone but Kai. He felt a knot in his stomach. He was afraid of looking foolish. His parents tried to reassure him. "Your time will come," they said. But Kai didn't believe them. The day of the eclipse arrived. The villagers gathered. They wore colorful robes. The moon began to cover the sun. The air grew still. A hush fell over the crowd. Kai felt a chill run down his spine. The elders began the ceremony. They chanted in an ancient language. The silver light intensified. It was almost blinding. Kai closed his eyes. He tried to clear his mind. He could hear the whispers of the falls. They sounded like laughter. Were they laughing at him? He felt a surge of anger. He was angry at himself. He was angry at his powerlessness. He opened his eyes. He couldn't take it anymore. He stood up. Everyone looked at him. Their faces were filled with surprise. Kai ran. He ran out of the clearing. He didn't care where he was going. He just wanted to get away. He ran until he reached the edge of the forest. He collapsed beneath a tree. Tears streamed down his face. He was a failure. Kai sat under the tree. He felt lost and alone. Then he heard a voice. It was soft and ancient. It spoke to his mind. "Why do you run, young one?" Kai looked around. He couldn't see anyone. "Who's there?" he asked, his voice trembling. A shimmering light formed in front of him. It coalesced into a figure. It was a man. He had kind eyes and flowing silver hair. He wore robes that seemed woven from moonlight. "I am Seraphis," the man said, "a spirit of tranquility." Kai was speechless. He had never seen a spirit before. Seraphis smiled. "You are troubled, Kai." Kai wiped his eyes. He told Seraphis about his struggles with reclining. He told him about his fear of failing. Seraphis listened patiently. When Kai finished, the spirit placed a hand on his shoulder. "Your fear is holding you back," Seraphis said. "You are not like the others. Your power is different. It is connected to the very essence of tranquility." Kai frowned. "But what does that mean?" Seraphis smiled. "It means you have a destiny, Kai. A destiny that only you can fulfill. But first, you must face your fears. You must uncover the truth about your family." Seraphis pointed to the darkest part of the forest. "The answers lie within the Heartwood. Go, Kai. Face your fears and embrace your destiny." The spirit faded away. Kai hesitated. He was afraid, but he knew what he had to do. Kai entered the Heartwood. The trees pressed close. The air was heavy with shadows. He journeyed for what felt like hours. He was guided by whispers. The whispers led him to a clearing. In the center stood an ancient tree. Its roots spread out like grasping claws. As Kai approached, the tree came alive. Faces formed in the bark. They were his ancestors. They spoke of a hidden power within their lineage, a power tied to the moon and the tides, a power that Kai had inherited. The whispers swirled around Kai. They filled him with their knowledge. He understood now. His reclining wasn't about controlling the elements or healing the sick. It was about controlling the very essence of tranquility. It was about guiding and amplifying the powers of others. Kai emerged from the Heartwood. He returned to the village. The eclipse was at its peak. The villagers were struggling to control their amplified powers. Chaos threatened to engulf them. Kai took a deep breath. He closed his eyes. He reclined, and for the first time, something happened.